We live, we lit. You heard me? Get them in here. You don't want to miss this state of the art. And we're going to keep it clean and crispy as always. Yo, question and answer class. Get lit. Who we got up in here? Peace and hair grease. Shout out to Linus. Hey, man. What y'all got going? Young. Yeah, it's the 4th of July, Independence Day. Hey, Robert, to all my Netarus, and my Natharus, and my Sabines, and my Nuwapines, Nuwapines, Nuwapines. Check in from. Yo, so what we got going on, man? We live. We got the action back cracking. We see they about to let it go down like it's gonna go down. So we're gonna keep on rolling, man. We're about to crank it back up. We gave y'all a couple weeks off so y'all can catch up. A lot of people stalled, man. So hey, the train about to get ready to get back to going now. The train about to take off. Hey, shout out Rhode Island, man. So everybody wants to know what's going on now. What's going on now is not much. We take it. Hey, they want to know what's the next level. We got the next level for you. But they really take you into a type 2 civilization. Say eating grapes, strawberries, and pineapples. Yeah, we made some peanut butter smoothies earlier. Peanut butter smoothies, banana peanut butter smoothies, some banana peanut butter smoothies, raw vegan meal, some ice. Yeah, it's just train. Yeah, we went on peanut butter. Hey, shout out Sunrise, man. What's the next event? Hey, Sunrise, come on in and crack heads and twist caps, man. Hey, so they won the young in the A, and they wonder why they ain't seen the young. Man, the young been in the lab cooking up stuff for you. But they get ready to drop that Enlil's Buster on Patreon. If you want to get over to that Patreon, man, we're going to put the link. We're going to add that links too in the descriptions. Yeah, we're about to start busting heads and cracking heads and twisting caps again. Because everybody want to know, what about the last king who refused to die? By Zachariah snitching. Everybody want to know about the last king who refused to die. Huh? Y'all got that joint? It's hot. Hot shit. So we gon' yeah, we been in the lab, man, for you, bro. Also, you know, the wars of the gods, the Netarus, the Anunnakis. I get a lot of questions about are the Anunnakis and the Netharus the same people? Yes and no. For those, yes, because they descend down from the Anunnakis. No, because they are more advanced than the Anunnakis. They are upgrade. The Netharus are upgrade from the Anunnakis. We smarter than them. We more intelligent. They hold some people holding us back. Yeah, so the last king that refused to die. Get a hold of that. We like reading, you know, galactical shit. Go ahead with your question, 13. Drop that question. Hit A. In the famous words of Saeed Baba. Hit me with that first question. The soul affairs, you gotta go back to a book called this is one of them. The Fall of America by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You gotta go back to the soul of Elijah Muhammad told you that you don't need a gun. That the Most High, the God, the Allah, don't need a gun. That he can use Mother Nature against them. And he can turn the sun up, they can turn the sun up to where it can start having what you call in solar flares. Heat flashes. We protected by the electromagnetic grid. But the sun is heating up the planet. When the sun heat up, the planet is gonna speed up. When the planet speed up, the vibration of the planet, or everybody got to speed up with the planet, or else they go extinct. So the solar flares is just the sun transferring into its next phase. The first phase of the sun is a blue sun or a white blue sun. And then as it begins to get older and cool off, it goes into an orange phase, then a red phase. Your sun is switching over to the red phase. To the last cycle of the sun. Blue, red, blue, yellow, and red. Blue is the fastest traveling color. And then as we slow down in vibration, it goes to yellow. And then red. It's the lowest vibrational color. Yeah, that's true. And Rashard Jamal, probably get that from the Holy Tablets, because the Bible talk about that, where he talks about the center Earth and how it's gateways in the Grand Canyon to get down to Shambhala. And that Shambhala, we can go down to Shambhala. It's like 7 or 8 different gateways you can get in, but they connected all over. One of the entrants is at the 3 pyramids in Giza in Africa. Yeah, so the Grand Canyon is connected. And another way it's connected is that when they went down, certain places in the Grand Canyon is blocked off, where they have Dogon artifacts. And you know the Dogons, that's West Africa, Mali. And in the actual fact, the Dogons actually migrated to America and became known later once they mixed with the Hopi mixed with the Hoshin as the Hopi Native American Indians. And if you look at their building structures, type in building structures of the Hopi Indians, and then type in the building structures of Dogons and put them side by side, and then type in the Kachina doll from the from the Hopis, and then type in like the dolls that the Dogons made, and you'll see the correlation. So the African connection in the Grand Canyon is the connection of the Africans migrating over here thousands of years prior to Christopher Columbus even being born. Yeah. So that's another connection with the African in the Grand Canyon. What else you got? What else you got, man? Yeah. Like I said, shout out Rashard Jamal, man. Some of my brothers don't like Rashard. I don't really dislike nobody. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say is, when one day it was The first video I seen of Rashord Jamal, he was out like somewhere in the middle of a parking lot with his shirt off. He was talking galactical stuff, and somebody called me. This right when he dropped the tape, they called me and they said, "Hey man, it's this dude named Rashord Jamal. He's spitting. He must watch your tapes because he's spitting the same shit that you spitting on the galactical shit that I had put out maybe 3-4 years, maybe even more longer than that, prior to him coming out, to him ever coming out publicly." So I said, yeah, he doing a good job. We said, all right, we weren't mad that he was teaching and stuff. We just said, all right, cool. But then I know there's a lot of the stuff that he was spitting about the mermaids and all that. They come off about the Neptune tapes that I put out. It says the Hopi says something similar. It says, are we in the abyss of the black hole? Nah, if he was in a black hole, time would stop. Time can't the particles, the way the particles get dematerialized in the black hole, you wouldn't even be able to hold a physical form in a black hole unless you got some kind of advanced technology, which is pretty much almost unheard of based on my training knowledge at this point. Particles can't even stay together, matter. How does Nubaru look? Yeah, Nubaru looks like a planet. Depends on what perspective you're looking from. It looks like a huge, like two. It looks like a huge planet, but then if you get up close on it, you can see that it got this huge, like real thick gold and some kind of material that's weaved like a basket, and it's real thick. Some of these wires, these gauge wires, maybe miles in thick, and it's weaved like a basket around the whole planet. And then it has these huge stones, ruby stones, maybe bigger than the United States, maybe bigger than Africa and the United States put together. These huge stones on both sides, these ruby stones. Then it's got a big old opening in the middle where the ships go in it, and it's got an opening at the bottom and at the top. It's got small pen-sized, these fine particle crystals, like glazed all over it, like with pinhole needle-sized solar panels to absorb sunlight energy. We put tapes out on it. Like go to my YouTube page and scroll down to a look inside of Nubaru, part 1 and part 2, the mothership Nubaru. We broke a lot of this stuff down. Where does gold come from? Gold come from the sun. All elements come from the sun. They start off as hydrogen, and then once they begin to cool off, they begin to gain more and more atomic numbers. Then they slow their frequency down. If you look at the element chart, so far they got 99 elements. Some of the secret dark fleet got to 115. That's Omicron. They use it for the anti-gravity ships. They actually discovered 125, but they haven't even got that far to synthesize 125 and a quarter, which is what the Anunnakis was using to build the stargates. But you got 90. So far they got about 99 elements right on your chart. Now, if you go with hydrogen 1, then you begin to slow the frequency down of those of hydrogen, which comes from the sun, because your sun is hydrogen burning off to create helium, which is a chain reaction to create. And then helium is hurled off into negative 270 degrees, and then cooled off back, slowed down And so the vibration is sped up with, it's like a hot cold type thing to keep the chain reaction going from hydrogen to helium. But some of that hydrogen or helium escape and then get trapped in the Earth atmosphere. And then as hydrogen begin to slow its vibration down and become other elements, as you go up higher on the chart, which is getting heavier in elements. So gold is originally hydrogen, and then it's from the sun, and then it slows down. So gold come from the sun. All elements come from the sun, right? Hydrogen, oxygen, just depending on the frequency and vibration of the elements. So yeah, the master teachers. Yeah, the master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z. York, taught us about the sun being 554 million, I think, megatons of helium. And then as it slows down, so it's like a chain reaction because somebody actually put that sun there like that. That sun, the sun you got there is not the original sun that was here. That's a new sun that was put there by the Anunnakis. They make suns. What is the tallest the Anunnaki can get? Well, some of the Anunnakis that came, what we call the Titans, they were genetically bred on a planet called Titan. You refer to them as cyclones. Some of them can get up to 40 feet tall. 40 feet tall. And the Anunnakis were using them as miners at first on other planets. And then they brought them to Earth. And that's why you get the giants during those times. And they still got videos online right now. Like in the 1900s showing these giants. People that's 20, 30 feet tall. So some Anunnaki, like Enki and them, can get in range in between... they range in between 5 and 10 foot. 5, maybe even 14 feet, some of them. In between 5 and 15 feet. Which is why I say 5 feet, because some of the Igigi and the Riskians, there's a group of them that's a short group. And then you got Enlil and them, they're a taller group. The original Anunnaki, Enki and them taller. I'm not Enki, Enlil and them, they taller. But Enki, he like in between. Why? Because he not full-blooded Anunnaki. Enki was part Anunnaki, part Dragonian, who were the short beings. The Tridacidites, coming from the Meldekians. It says, or some NBA players. Yeah, that's right. That's why they snatch them up and put them in the NBA. They snatch these giants up so you don't see a 7 foot. You don't see just a 7, 6'10" dude walking around on the average day, because most of them got snatched up in the NBA. No matter how good or how sorry they was. Right? It says, what are the different types of Anunnaki besides Riskians? Well, it was like 144,000 different species on Nibiru. Well, it was 300 different species broke down into 144,000 different categories. So it can, but the ones that got sent here, you got different types that came to Earth. They would be classified as the Anunnakis, the ones that got sent to Key. But the ones that got sent to Mars, like the 300 Igigis, they different. Right? So based on the ones that got sent to Earth, it could range from, it could have been like it was, you look on the wall, it was bird beings, reptilian beings, it was grays, it was, then they show later parts where the Igigis came, but then you got the humanoid types, which is Anunnaki. So the Riskians were the humanoid types. Then you had reptilians, like the avians, the Canarians, some of the Dragonians. Not all of them were disagreeable. So some of them worked with the Anunnakis. Well, not disagreeable from the Anunnakis' perspective, because some Dragonians who consider benevolent consider the Anunnakis to be disagreeable. It says, is our avatar back on Nuru? Some of y'all avatars are in ships hovering. In your ships you got sent here. Now keep in mind, there's more advanced ships than what you think. Like, you got light body ships. So a lot of us have light body ships, photon particle type ships, gas type ships. We travel as a gas, as a light beam. So you got the ships that you see in this physical realm, but then when you go up to a higher dimension, you got light body ships. So some of you are sent here as light body ships, and you breathed in through your mother's nostrils as you conceptualized in the mother's womb, and you begin your light body take harness that body that your mother creates through breathing in the particles, because in this air is dust particles. Man is formed from the dust of the ground. That's because the woman breathes in the dust as she formed your physical vessel inside. You come through her, your light body passed through her stargate. If you look through it at a woman's oval, it looks like a stargate. So your light body passed through that stargate. Your ship, because you are a ship. Your body is a ship that's housing your light body too as well. So you travel through your mother's stargate, boom, go into the physical vessel, and you come down onto this side of the mirror. We're on the negative side of the mirror. Hydrogen is really -1. We told people that. I believe I was. Yeah, all of y'all at least reincarnated like 9 or 10 times here. This is a school. You go through different grades and you reincarnate and you learn different experiences through each reincarnation. Reincarnation really means because all the words is prefixes, suffixes, and root words. So you got like which means to do again. You got in, which is the opposite of out. You got car, which is the physical vessel, and you got nation, which is the group of people. So we are a reincarnation of people. We don't die, we multiply, as Tahuti said. Yeah, the black woman is the stargate, Sunrise. Hold up, bro. Now, that's some weird business right there. Okay. Thought somebody was trying to sneak in my door, man. Yeah, the black woman is the stargate, bro. So, so we come down. It says, is Tanush actually Lucifer in Christianity? Tanush is the old devil that's mentioned of in Revelations, where it says Michael and his angels fought against the devil, the old devil. So the old devil was Tanush, who got captured on the 6th dimension in hyperspace, and they later on called it Route 66, and they became amber light beings, and him and his clan became known as the Orives, and they got trapped on Route 66, which is a subdimensional plane in the 6th dimensional hyperspace, where when the ships fly hyperspace, FTL, faster than the speed of light, they jump up to this dimension and fly in that dimension so they don't have to bump into stuff. But Tanush and them got trapped on Route 66, and they became amber light beings, became known as the Orives, and they wanted worship as gods, and they created religion in order to boost their powers, so they can get back, because they eat this power. So in order to boost their power back up to the 7th dimension, so they can ascend, they needed worship. So, but Hala, which is the son of Tanush, he ended up joining one with Michael and became like his adopted son. Michael taught him, and he was trying to convert him, but he couldn't. And he ended up turning against it. Then another war started. This war broke out in the 5th dimension between Hala, who remembered that we trapped his people. So he was fighting to get released for his people, and he lost and got kicked down to the 4th fourth dimension, and we trapped them. We trapped them in a hexagon or this temple in the fourth dimension in a place called limbo. So what they would do is, in order to control this dimension, what they would do is take on make deals with humans on this dimension in exchange for wealth, money, or whatever to take their body because they trapped on the fourth dimension. And so they can use from the mental plane, they can drive these bodies, these avatars in the third dimension. So they make deals with beings on this dimension in exchange for their body. They give them wealth and pleasure, whatever. In the music industry or whatever they call it, selling your soul. Is a new sister a fallen angel? You talking about nah, she's not part of the fallen. You talking about Mother Huber? Nah, Mother Huber never. She wasn't part of the 200 Gigis. They came down from Mars. They was the fallen, what you call the fallen angels to the Anunnaki. Mother Huber ended up moving her kingdom after they attacked Saturn to another star system called Alpha Draconis, where they set up the Draconian Empire on a planet called Rosfan. That's how they said it. And they wanted to try to translate it in English. It's really, they really got to speak one particular race. They speak a Hiss type dialect, snake dialect, but they also telepathic though. But if you listen to their telepathic chatter, it sounds like a hissing. So they, like a snake language. Is the Anunnaki going to destroy the moon? Nah, they're not going to destroy the moon. The moon is actually this moon is actually, they go watch the planet, go watch the movie Moonfall. The moon is actually a whole planet where beings live inside of the moon for billions of years. The combination a soul, what's the difference between a spirit and a soul? A soul is the emotional part. Spirit don't really have emotions. Everything that's living have a spirit. Everything that's breathing have a spirit. Spirit is a gas. Spirit is a gas. The spirit is the wind, the breath. Right? So everything that, even trees have a spirit. You might not believe this, but trees do breathe air. They might take in carbon dioxide and give off oxygen. Animals, they breathe. Everything that's breathing has a spirit. Everything that has a breath has a spirit. Now, the soul part is the emotional part. The ba. You got the ka and the ba in ancient Kemet, right? So the emotions, the personality part. Now you might say some animals have a soul. You might not agree with this, but some animals display emotions. They display sadness. They display happiness. These are things contribute to the soul, right? The soul, the combination of three things give birth to the soul: the spirit, the emotions, and the mind. Mind, will, and emotion. That gives birth to the soul. So the combination of those three is the difference between soul and spirit. Spirit is just the breath, the air, the wind. God breathed his spirit. So the spirit is the wind. It's in the wind, the gas, the non-ether gas, right? And then the soul is a combination of the gas and then the willpower, which is dealing with your heart chakra. The heart chakra is where your emotions is generated from. And then your crown, your third eye chakra and your crown chakra, the combination of your third eye, crown chakra, and your heart chakra and the breath gives birth to the soul. I hope that answers your question. Hit me with that next question. To explain what the 144,000 is, or those are people that are gonna fight. The 144,000 is different perspectives on that. From one perspective, there was 144,000. Yeah, that's what it was. It was 144,000 species on Nubaru, broken into 300 categories. Right, that's what it was. So my correction on it. So you got that 144,000. Then you got the number, the quota that we got to hit for a certain amount of people to be on a certain amount of brain capacity. We need 144,000, a certain amount of people on a certain level of brain capacity, right? In order to make the mark. Then you got the deal that was made with Valelu and the Neptunians and the Dragonians in exchange for 144,000 little kids. For you know what, we got to keep it clean, because we might be posting this on YouTube. But you know what it's all about. That's how Baal, Adad, who is Enlil's son, he was part of that deal, and he set up a secret priesthood called the Baphomet. Right, where they do this thing, we can't talk too much on that. You know what it is. It says, how does one tap into the God's cell phone? Hey, the God's cell phone is connected to the sun and the pineal gland, and the thing that they removed called the pituitary gland, which was your connection to these beings. But our master teacher gave us a way to get up out of here, to connect with these beings. You connect with your people through images. That's how you find them in the fourth dimension. Once Baba gave us an image of what these beings look like, and he told us that these beings were real, now we could connect with them in the fourth dimension. We could contact them by way of images. You can contact your grandmother who so-called passed on. We don't say die, because there's really no such thing as death. People pass. So you could contact a person that passed, right, by way of an image, which is why they tried to cut us off from the images of our ancestors. And that's why they made everybody white. They made everybody white so we couldn't contact these beings. But once Baba came out, he put a tape out called What About the Pictures, right? Go check that tape out. We got it on our YouTube page. But they, like all of our ancestors, in order to cut us off from the connection, they had to make them white. So when we saw them white, we didn't connect with them. So when they made Jesus white, they cut us off from Jesus. Right? Because he's not our ancestor if he white. But thing is, you got to get into, okay, white is an adjective. It's not a nationality for my Moors. We can get into that. White man, black man, we can get into that too. But the images is how we connect to our ancestors. So when Baba gave us the images of Enki, Enlil, and all these beings, he started us out with the pictures of them being dark-skinned beings, so that we can make the connection. Then once we got the images, we able to search for them in the imaginary realm, and we could connect with them. So if you that's why we didn't really have funerals like they have funerals. See, they really messing up when they let you go to a funeral and view the body. So your last image of your loved ones is dead in the coffin still. So in ancient Kemet, we didn't do that. We didn't let you view the body. It's only one or two people that was able to view the body, and that's because they were cleaning and wrapping it. And that was like the wife. And the Hebrews do this in their ceremonies too. At least they're supposed to, because they got it from ancient Kemet. But what we would do is we would wrap the person like a mummy with herbs and spices and put them inside of a tomb and paint their face on top of the tomb gold if they had the money, and we'll print it up all pretty, and that's how they remember them going out instead of looking at them as a still dead body in a coffin. That actually does something to the psyche when you see a person, your loved ones dead in the coffin. So it's not. That's why we didn't go to funerals like that and view bodies and none of that joint, because that affects the psyche of your ancestors. It's a part of that. It's a part of this, you know, this to cut you off agenda. Yeah. Get you a light salad. Get you a light salad. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we got any more questions? Hit me with that next question. It says, can anyone in here help a brother buy food and gas for a lawnmower? Suggested to make money for I don't man, says facts. Oh yeah. So man, that's what I'm just telling you, man. Uh yeah. It's a psyche that, like my granddad, when he died, I didn't see him. My last time seeing him was when I hugged him. I didn't make it to his funeral. So I remember my granddad as the last time I hugged him alive. I don't remember him in a coffin, still cold. That affects the psyche. You access the Akashic records by just asking, but you got to be pure though, and you got to have good intentions. If your intentions is bad, they ain't gonna let you access it. If your intentions is good to figure out some new information, which is not really new because it's already in the Akashic records, right? But to figure out some information that haven't been said or brought down yet to this particular dimension, because you can't think of nothing that Tahuti ain't already thought of already. Tell me. A lot of your parents are not your parents. Oh, what happened? Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, okay. Cremating people, yeah, because you send they eat they gas and essence straight back. You speed the vibration real fast. Like I say, we didn't really do cremations. In ancient Kemet, we just put people in tombs. But we wrapped them with herbs and spices, did rituals, removed certain organs and glands, so the heart can be weighed and all that. We was into all that. Is that why I can't connect with them? Yeah. If you got the images in your head, if you got the images help you connect with these beings. So now that we introduce you to the grays, we introduce you to these different types of beings, right? Now you can make connections with these different extraterrestrials. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Hey, hit me with that next question. What else you got? Yeah, man. Just because you born into that family, that don't mean that's your family. We all spirit light beings. So your light signature is you might be into that family to help that family, to speed their vibration up. Of abundance. You just ask. Ask and it shall be given. Knock and the door shall be open. Ask the universe. The universe will give you everything you need. Who is Lord Anu? Anu is not a Lord. He the most. Anu means the Most High. Elion, Elion, El. What should you do? Low vibration, fast. If you got low vibration, that means you moving slow. So fast. The word is right there, right there. It's like you're looking for your glasses, and they right on your face. If you moving so slow and you low, go fast. What do you know about the woman found on the moon? The woman found on the moon was a being who was a Lulu from Mars, who was driving the cylinders, these huge dump truck type crafts that the Anunnakis were hauling gold from the way station on Mars and Key to the moon. Nanar was over the way station on the moon. So the woman you seen with because if you notice some women got mustache, that means that she was a what you call is it asexual. She was part of the first women, the first Lulus. Where they said that women was running the planet, it was all women. Women was procreating. So she was part of those Lulus, the project from Mars project, the Adam project. They was using these. They got you under the impression that these people were using chisel and hammer when they created the Anunnakis created the Lulus. They had them operating heavy equipment that Inky created, and one of them was those huge, long miles long cylinder crafts that they were hauling gold back and forth to the moon. And so that particular craft got shot down by reptilians, and they just left it there. Keep in mind they can use avatars and transfer consciousness. Yeah, from one perspective, you can say that one God, the oneness, the highest. There's a lot of perspectives on that. It says, can you speak on that for me, Professor? I heard about the time when ladies ran the planet. Yeah. It's going back probably before the Anunnakis came. Because there was people here before the Anunnakis came. Lucy types. Before the Lulus, you had Homo erectus. And you know, women, it's a reason why they can smell like fish. It's coming from the nomos. You know that reptilians can change they sex. Reptilians can change they sex. So if you look at the it's reptilian in nature. Put it like that. Yeah, asexual, and it's the reptilians. If you we can't get it too exclusive, but you see where I'm going. Just think about the nomos being here underwater. Murdoch didn't hate Tahuti. Tahuti was the closest brother to him. The only brother, and the only brother that he had a beef with was Nergal. Nergal and his cousin Ninurtu, Enlil's son. He was close. Tahuti and Murdoch was close. Amen and Tahuti was close. They are close brothers. He was actually close with all his brothers except he was mad at Osir, his little brother, because of what ISIS got him to do. But he was real close with Tahuti. They both was the ones that would start to set up the schools. And then at one point they did get into it because at one point Murdoch said that the humans weren't worthy to learn the information. And he didn't want them to be taught no more. And he wanted to use them as hosts. And that's when they set up the Stargate and all that. And then Tahuti just kept teaching it. Kept going around teaching and setting up the schools. Yeah. Yeah, but it wasn't no beef with Murdoch and Tahuti, really. It was a beef between Nergal. Nergal thought that he didn't like Murdoch because he said that Murdoch was too disagreeable. And so him and Ninurtu, his cousin, Enlil's son, started building atomic bombs to try to bomb Murdoch's hangouts, which was the pyramids. Just well, the people, what are people who children that are boosters of the trap? No, yes, no. The ice, it comes from the way the planet is tilted from 23 degrees axis and how the sun is not hitting that particular area. It's dealing with longitudes and latitudes where the sun hit during different times of the year. Acoustics. Children that are acoustic, they trapped in. No, those children are actually sensitive children. Because you got to think about the different types of sound. That type of sound is original sound versus synthetic sound. It's the synthetic children that's gonna be trapped in, and those children, they are free thinkers because of that type of sound. It travels and bounces, and it's more dense. It's more natural. It's more of a natural sound. It says, did the Anunnaki know we were going to lose our planet before it happened? We really never lost the planet because technically it's a group of reptilians that's really still in charge of the planet. They live in the center of your planet in the fifth dimension. And it's long, it's about 700-mile long cave systems. And you can go through it's a certain way you go, it's like a maze. You can get lost because it's pitch black dark down there. And it's beings that live down there that might, want to take advantage of you. But it's a certain way you could go if you got a guide and you can go into this realm. Nana talks about it. And these beings, pull up a picture of a reptilian that's breastfeeding. Type in reptilian that's breastfeeding. And you'll see that these reptilians, they have human bodies with reptilian heads. And they breastfeed. These beings are the original people of the planet. The reptilians that lived in the center of the planet that made all the tunnel systems that called all the advanced tunnel systems underground. Yeah, literally that. 13. We can't say, we got to keep it clean. How many dimensions are there? There are not only 9 dimensions, but those 9 dimensions create 9 to the 9th power times 9. Now, so it's really unlimited amounts of within the radius of 9. So so if you start at you got a 0 point. Say if you draw a graph, right? You got the 0 point, then you draw a cross through the line. Now, at that 0 point, you can go up. That'll be positive 1, or you can go down. That'll be negative 1, or you can go left. That'll be negative 1, or you can go right. That'll be positive 1. So now, if I was to go left 1. Up 1, I would go negative 1, positive 1. That would create a paradigm. So every square of reality will create all the way to negative 9, all the way to positive 9, all the way up to positive 9, all the way down to positive 9. We broke that down on a tape called The Big Bang, where everything explodes from the dot. So what it is it's several different realities based on the 0 point and the negative 9, positive 9, or the 9 to the 9th power times 9, which creates multiple dimensions, but it's only the highest number is 9. 10 is not a number. 10 is a combination of 0 and 1. 9 is the highest number. 9 times 1 is what? 9. 9 times 2 is what? 18. 8 and 1 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 2 and 7 is 9. 9 times 4 is what? 36. 3 and 6 is 9. 9 times 5 is 45. 4 and 5 is 9. 9 times 7 is 63. 6 and 3 is 9. 9 times 8 is what? 81. Right? No, 9 times 9 is 81. That'll give it 9. But 9 times, I think it's 73. And that'll give, 72. That'll give it 9. Right? So 9 is the highest number. 9 is the highest dimension. 9 ether gas is the highest dimension. Then as the vibration begins to slow down, it goes to the 8th dimension where it begins to individualize. Then it slows down to become the 7th dimension, individual thoughts. Then it slows down to become the 6th dimension, which is about around 800 and some terahertz, 888 terahertz, where it begins to form light. And as it slows down to red violet light, then it goes to the 5th, which becomes emotions. And then that slows down to the mental realm. Then that slows down to height, width, and length, which is the first 3 dimensions. So we can go hard on this. We got to keep it light on YouTube now with all the new guidelines. But we think this tape might clear on YouTube too, because we ain't using no profanity. And this is how can we go to higher dimensions. Go to sleep. Every night you go to sleep, you go to a higher dimension. Every time you daydream, every time you think, all you gotta do is think, and you go to a higher dimension. Then once you, like I say, the images and the awareness of these beings and these things, then you, in these different places, then you be able to travel to different areas. What about the ringing in the ears? The ringing in the ears is a speeding up of your vibration. It's actually, that ringing in your ears is actually a certain type of code that's upgrading and programming your brain like a map, or certain information in that ringing that's being programmed into your mind, because some of y'all are guides when it's time to put a pickup. So you might not be able to interpret the ring now, but your subconscious is interpreting it and storing it in your brain. And all they got to do is, it's sort of like a mind control thing. And all they going to do is, when they say a certain keyword or a certain frequency or sound, boom, it activates all that information that ring programs on your brain. We recommend don't nowadays because of the way it's processed, right? Now, like I say, you got to maintain the green light. So it's like, as long as you stay on that 7 and higher, you good. So I don't say be totally all the way out on it, because it's acidic and it lowers your frequency if you eat a lot of it. But it does give you, our master teachers say, eat a little bit of it because it keeps your aggressiveness, and you might have to eat some of it to survive. But as we don't mess with no pork. Like if we were gonna eat some meat, we damn sure ain't eat no pork or nothing against that we don't eat as Hebrews. You know what I'm saying? We don't eat shrimp, catfish, none of it. Right? So damn, y'all get other Hebrew? Well, I wouldn't say I'm a Hebrew, because Hebrew just mean to cross over. But I say I'm an Israelite. I'm a Egyptian Israelite. That's one of my says no swine. Yeah, don't bring me no swine. No demonic swine. It says 10 just cause your hand, first move your head like a time you can't hear. That's right. Yeah, we don't do no pork, my nigga. We don't really do really no pork. None of that processed shit. Nobody is technically black. Black is not a people. Black is an adjective. Are they Enlil's kids? Or Inky's kids? They Inky's kids. Yeah, black is an adjective. It's not a noun. See, all scholars know that when they read condensation linguistics. When they read the definition of black and it says adjective, they read that part, but most people skip over that and just read it and read the definition. If they tell you, when they tell you black is an adjective, and then they read to you that that's a people, automatically know that some kind of game is being played. Automatically know that some kind of game is being played when they tell you this is an adjective, and then they attach it to a people. The videos of Inky real, and yeah, that's right. Like we said, if you say that's not Inky or Enlil, then produce the real one. We still waiting on them. We ain't heard nothing back yet. You tell. Oh yeah, that's a good question. We got tapes out on that. Most of everybody that come down from Noah is Inky children. Now, Enlil did mix his seed up in there somewhere along the lines. We might have to do a tape on that. We got one called Enlil's Children though on YouTube. You can go check that out. I think we've been on here long enough though. We're about to get ready to make a move, man. Well, we hope you enjoyed this exclusive question and answer class with the young elder. This is exclusive. Never said someone in Instagram posted King Yahweh with crowds, but yeah. Like I say, I got way more evidence than that. We're just waiting to see that niggas crash dummy and say Young L. Somebody said Young L post stuff just for ratings, and niggas just going crazy, bro. We been put the Inky shit out, and we still waiting. If you say that King Yahweh not Inky, all right, then that means you know who the real Inky is. So then produce the real Inky. We waiting. Niggas we ain't heard nothing yet. We showed you Enlil. If you say that's not Enlil, then produce the real Enlil. We ain't heard nothing yet from niggas. We ain't heard nothing yet. These niggas still quiet as hell. Now, I don't care who you is. I don't care what your name is. If you think Young Elder is a joke, then prove it, nigga. I told you it was Inky. You don't gotta accept it. But if you say it's not, that means you know who the real one is. So let's see. Let's see you produce it. Let's see you come out with it. Let's see you let's see you put the real Inky out. If that's not the one. Enlil work with whoever listen to him and follow his orders, cause he a crybaby. If you ain't gonna let him get his way, he gonna cry. He gonna be a crybaby. Yeah, so man, we just want to make that clear for you. Let you know what we got going, bro. Never have it been made so clear. We got any more questions, man? It says where King Yahweh most definitely has crabs escorting him. Yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. All the signs line up. Like I say, if you say that's not King Yahweh, is not Inky, then produce the real one. Oh, he's not 7 foot. Inky wasn't 7 foot. Bible said he was around 6 foot in the Holy Tablets. Why? Because he wasn't full-blooded Anunnaki. He was part Draconian. And we got King Yahweh where his eyes changed to lizard eyes. I would put that on here, but I don't want to scare the... See, like a lot of the stuff, we just waiting because we don't want to scare the hell out of you. Niggas scary, man. We start putting too much shit out, niggas say, oh shit, they get scared. They get scared of the shit. Now they think it's a joke now. But when niggas start putting shit out and showing you more shit, you start to get scared. Like, oh shit. Because niggas really scary, bro. And then they'll start unsubscribing because they spooked up. We don't want to spook you out yet. That's why we ain't gave you too much. Trying to walk you there. Can you make more messages? Yeah, we're gonna do another Majesties of America. We're on part 9 now. Yeah, we don't want to scare niggas, man. I can show you. Go pull up. It's all about Yahweh. Watch that tape on YouTube, and watch King Yahweh eyes turn into lizard eyes. Now, we told you Inky was part Dragonian. We don't want to scare you niggas, man. You niggas be scared. Even the niggas that's around them now, they probably just think that he's some religious guy. All them niggas don't know that he Inky. We the one that called it out first, though. Niggas just mad because we said it first. If somebody else would have said it first, they would have they weren't with them. Somebody other than a young elder. If a white guy would have said it, somebody else would have said it. They would have said, "Oh yeah, that's Inky." But since young elder said it, and they don't want us to be the first niggas to say it, oh man, that ain't Inky. These are niggas that don't even know nothing about the holy tablets, nothing about the Anunnakis, never even heard of the Anunnakis, just coming to say that's not Inky. So, like we say, if that's not the real Inky, produce the real one. We still waiting. Niggas ain't said nothing yet. We ain't heard nothing. It's crickets. We got crickets out here, cuz. Crickets. So, young L stand on what he said. Nigga, I ain't worried about no bots. What no bot said, nigga. The bots comment. That ain't Inky. It's all these bots. He's working with the UN, of course. Wouldn't these people come back to work with the people who run the planet? He's in Africa, of course. Wasn't Inky in South Africa in the abyss? That was his part of his land. In the Abzu. South Africa. All the signs line up, nigga. You niggas just slow, bro. Oh, he's messing with all these women. Don't you know how many children Inky had with humans? He was knocking down everybody, old lady. He knocked down Noah's mama. No, Noah was his son. Adapha was his son. Eve was his daughter. He had other sons, other daughters. Inky was doing it wild. Yeah, he'd be with all the diplomats, all the leaders, world leaders. How's this? How's that? All the signs are there. Man, so you put it together. He called down Shams to escort him around. That's all we saying, man. Everybody with him is gold, dripped out in gold. So yeah. So like I say, we ain't worried about no bots, cuz. He got more than 3. You really just hear about Inky and Enlil. He had a whole bunch of kids. He had 80 wives. 80 wives. And he got kids just about by all of them. So it's a lot of them. A lot of children. 80 wives. Where is Anu? Anu created a 9th layer where like it's only certain beings that can go up there. And Nubaru was turned over to Murdoch. We have reason to believe Murdoch is next in line to be he would be the 10th most high. In competition with Mother Hubert, who wants to be the 10th most high. Who thought she should be the 9th because she created the reptilians to countermeasure the insect race. Yeah, 80 wives and children by all of them. Some of them from different species. It says, who is Inky's mother? Inky's mother was a Draconian princess named Ide that Anu made a deal with in order to get gold. He made a deal with these Draconians on Earth to get gold, to mine gold here. Hey, if you want to read, hey man, a lot of the questions y'all asking is in a book that my master teacher put out called The Holy Tablets. Now, if you want to read those holy tablets, go to my YouTube page, click on the links in one of the tapes in the descriptions, and then you can read the holy tablets for free. So a lot of the questions y'all asking is in them holy tablets. The Black Book. Oh yeah, we waiting on that, man. That's gonna be exclusive. Really, every certain amount of well, it depends on the time frame, but it's really 360 some billion years. They have another election. Now, sometimes the Anu step down, but it's always a competition to present the next one. So so the competition really, I believe, is going on now. I believe we at that point of the 360 million years. 9 billion years, really. Our time, it's like 9 billion years. Because you got to keep in mind, one day to them is 30 years. It really depends on what they at. On Nubaru, it's 30 years. 1 month is 300 years. 1 year is 3,600 years, which they call a shar. What does the Holy Injil pertain to? The Holy Injil pertains to the prophecies of future events. The words of an angel. Right? The words of an angel. So it's a prophecy of future events pertaining battles and earthquakes and tsunamis and eclipses and stuff of that nature. It's like Nostradamus prediction. It's like a prediction. It's called revelation, means to reveal. What does it? Yeah, the Holy Injil. Yeah, we got the Holy Injil right here. The Holy Injil. So it's like prophecies, future events, shit. The revelations of the Bible. You see? By Malachi Z. York. By our master teacher. We got everything covered, man. I'm telling you. The master teacher got everything covered, my nigga. We good. We straight. We on. We been on since 1970. I don't think Mother Hoover gonna win because it really never was a woman in charge of there's never been a woman most high. I really can't say that because Anu's wife, Enlil's mother, is kind of like whatever she say is like Anu said it. So I can't really say that it never been a woman most high because the wife of the most high is equivalent. Because Anu do whatever she want, whatever Enlil's mother want. Like when the time he exiled Enki back off of Nubaru. Because the Enlil's mother got jealous. So she complained to Anu, and Anu sent Enki and his mother back to Ki. And this happened after the fact he got caught stealing the gold. People don't know that because the time frames is off. Because see, first he got caught stealing gold, and they sentenced him back to Nubaru and left Enlil in charge of the gold operation. But everything started going left when they started serving, the different chemicals to the miners. So that's when the people of Earth, they also, the original people of Earth also requested Inky to come back because they didn't want to work with Enlil. These Dragonians, they wanted to work with Inky because he was part of their kind. So that's when they brought Inky back, right, to the planet. Because people were saying, well, in the Holy Tablets, this Bible said that Inky got sentenced to Nuru. Yeah, he did. But he got, when it's a thing that happened where Anu was forced to send him back to Earth with a whole bunch of gifts and a whole bunch of stuff. He was forced to stay on Earth, and look, they chose, Inky and Murdoch chose to stay on Earth. The Inky side chose to stay on Earth. They opted out to stay on Earth. Simple, is he simple? No, I can't say he's simple. He's very complicated being, sophisticated, smooth operator type being, intelligent, like off the charts, like puzzle your mind type intelligence. Yeah, so Inky was the good guy, and Enlil was the jealous guy, and crybaby and spoiled guy. Yeah. Somebody get up out of here, man. I think we was long enough. We might take this tape down and post it on YouTube for all the guys that wasn't on the live. They catch it on YouTube. So peace, love, and harmony. We out. Shalom Aleichem, Islam, Assalamu Alaikum, Hotel, Ashug. Divine love throughout the boundless universe to all. Wadu.